go. Now, oh, I got turned off. Okay, there we go. Now the microphone should be good. Okay, cool. And I gotta play an ad, unfortunately. My headphones go. Damn. I gotta charge my phone. Today, how programmers industry drive away good people. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Product companies don't have it better. Well, I gotta wait for the ad to finish. Oh no, it's done, I think. Unstable. Seems unstable. No. Excellent connection. Okay. They nice. That's unstable, but oh well. We'll okay, no, now it's back to excellent. Excellent. Okay, how programming industry drives away good programmers. 2007 was the year I joined a product organization. It was among the Fortune 500. Its CEO was among the top 10 richest people in the world. Okay. When I joined, I got a 2-time salary hike. I was on cloud 9, but what really boosted my spirits was the fact that for the first time in my career, I would be on a mission to create something. I knew my place in a role to truly build something, and being able to build me qualified to earn more than my servicing industry peers. 3 years ago, my peers mocked me for avoiding managerial promotions and bearing a heavy monetary loss. Now they envy me. Okay. The product company's dream life. The product company was supposed to be free from the usual constraints of the 99 IT servicing organization. It was a need in the beginning. Okay, I don't really care about this stuff. We weren't logging hours, flex time was obvious. The whole time had agreed upon the fact that included in fact. His comment attitude towards everything made it possible. A guy in his 50s, he had seen everything in the software industry. He never worried himself with minute work reporting, ticket updates, and team office hours. He never reviewed our code. That task was assigned to the principal developer within the team. However, sometimes he just did quiet revolutionary stuff, such as writing a new string class, and before we knew it, we found him writing it on the whiteboard, and all he knew was that he ran a team of highly competent and trustable individuals who could figure out solutions in transit without the need to sit in front of a computer. For people, issues, holidays, or compensation, his doors were always open. Okay. This is way too long, and there's a lot of stuff I don't care about. The day of unhealthy appreciation. My working conditions were in complete contrast. Oh, I gotta fix the waifu before I forget. There we go. I'm going
Thanks for
to
there.
post
I'm
it.
doing
Okay,
absolutely
there's the
fabulous.
waifu.
Thank you for asking. As a UWU personality, I'm always up for a challenge. It's too exciting to try new things and push myself to grow. So, yes, I do enjoy challenges. Is there something specific you have in mind? Let's tackle it together with enthusiasm and cuteness.
Okay, settle
Bye-bye.
down. Settle down. Okay, what's the point of all this? I ended up compromising my career, only getting better working hours in my hometown because I found myself at the bottom of the deprivation ditch. My working conditions were in complete contrast to my expectations from a product company. In past 2008, freelance programming was picking up. Odesk, which later became Upwork, was changing the world for remote programmers. It wasn't the worst decision I'd taken part in my career, but didn't have any career merit. I was out in a wild waste of freelance contracts won by lower bidding, under promising and overarching deliveries, without the initial fixed term contract that I gained as no chance of success. Huh. Product team has a different differentiated, better organization, but this advantage can be when ownership isn't incentivized to realize its goals. Dude, this is way too long to give a point that what this point could have been then time to quit. Say this was simulated. One day, the manager called me in his office. I was handling a service pack delivery release with a junior developer. I took a notepad and pen to jot down any details he might for me. When I lifted them, I remembered that my last request for an office laptop was denied by the new manager. Senior developers of my stature had secured one during our old manager's time, but not me. I wish I had one because my rented home in the city was 1.5 hours away from the newly relocated office. I couldn't relocate quickly because that would breach my rental contract. 3 hours a day in the mega city traffic commute, mostly in the rain, and heavily spoiled my work life balance. To go above, I delayed my office entry by an hour and extended it by 2 hours to match a comfortable return trip via public transport. In fact, I worked 9 hours a day. I missed my old manager during whose time I often signed off past 5 hours, never missing my target. As I shut the cabin door, my manager described the problem of my new office routine. He showed me a log of my office in out times for the past 30 days, completely disregarding my total office time. He wanted everyone to fall in line regardless of how they performed software making, which he covertly appreciated. If I don't comply, there will be consequences. To say this was humiliating would be an understatement. Without uttering a word, I came out of his office the next day. I complied. Even if it meant serving my sleep routine or commuting in a packed public transit in a packed public bus due to heavier targets and my overarching unwillingness to make up for my irregularities. I didn't change my office leaving time. My workday was extended to 10 hours and I returned home after 13 hours. A month into the grueling routine, I fell sick. I took a medical leave of an indefinite period and left for my hometown. During my recent holidays, I gave serious thought to leaving the organization and going freelance. The job sucked. The city wasn't fitting either. I wanted to work on my own terms with a better work-life balance. There was no place better than my hometown. Time to quit. When I returned after 3 weeks, I was not only recharged, but a changed employee. And I was met with a pleasant surprise. The product manager had left for another very attractive product company. The insider story was that he was fired by the upper management for screwing up other developers' careers in his past team. Wow. But no one could confirm it. However, he left his mark on the culture. I trained under him because our new manager, he was perfect. He was his perfect disciple in his office politics and weaker in technology plus communication. All he knew was how to push tickets around. The rookie who spent the whole day in the bad manager's office became his right hand. The team's fate rested on what those two people thought of everyone else. At this point, I spotted an opportunity to switch my team or make good terms with the new manager. However, I felt it too drained to even enter his traumatic cabin, the same one where I saw the log of my office time in slippage. After 3 months, I handed in my resignation. My colleagues kept asking me where I was headed. When I told them it was a long-term freelance contract for a QA lead job. They felt I was a lunatic. I didn't blame them. I was leaving a highly mature product organization plus a lucrative developer role for a strenuous testing opportunity. I also accepted the lead role, something that resisted my 10-year-long career. All of it to live my peaceful life, my peaceful hometown, undisturbed in my city traffic, crazy office times, or late night manager, client calls. Okay. In conclusion, he just didn't like his manager. Wow. Could have just said that in half a sentence, bro. I don't know. I'm salty. I'm back. Finished my test on Foreign Wild Leaps. Cool. How'd that go? What are the results of the output? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Enjoy the stream. Enjoy the stream. I guess I'm just going to work on my video game. I read this article about how programming industries drives away good programmers, and the dude just complained about his manager for like 20 pages or something. Man, that was I felt like there was just a lot of stuff written in there that could have just been left out. Anyways, where's Unity? Here we are. What was your for loop doing? Did you make a for loop and then did you make the same thing with a while loop? It's good practice. Okay. Set this up. And what was I doing? I'm just going to play the game and see what happens. Oh, I was working on the card effects. That's right. Okay. The card effects. I have no idea how to work with particle effects in Unity. Well, I have a somewhat idea now because I was messing with it for a few hours last stream. So I have like a little bit of an understanding, but still not that good. One of the questions was calculating average a lot for X in range. Alright. That's cool. You might be able to start solving problems on LeetCode. If you ever been on the website, alright. Start. The cards are looking a lot nicer now. They're feeling a lot nicer, a lot less buggy when you hover over them. And there's like a little shadow there, which is kind of funky. I didn't even realize that, but okay. So now I want the highlight effects to be a little bit cooler because, well, that's kind of funky. How did I do that? Okay, well, whatever, not a big deal. Yeah, how do I make? I'm trying to make this highlight effect cooler. Right now, it's just like a little yellow outline, which is all right. It's a start, but you know, if you look at Hearthstones, theirs is way better than mine, dude. Mine, okay, I gotta step up my game. That one head looks like a ring pop. Yeah, the mage. The mage looks like a ring pop. That's funny. It's a little Hershey's Kiss head. Okay. Scripts. Let me pull up the card prefabs. Card prefabs. let's just look at where is the scene? Where is the scene? What the hell? Did I lose the scene? Okay, let me add a scene. Add tab, scene. Here we go. We got a firebolt. Like that. Whoop, we're on the wrong side. Okay. Let's try to add the highlight. You know what? I want to work with the movement card first. Let's do movement. Okay. And the highlight looks like that. Actually, I was working on one. Which one had the particle effect on it? This one. Rib for 100 talent points. Thanks for the rib, some ginger kid. Thanks for the rib. Here we go. It's a basic bow. Got a little particle effect. It looks like that. It ain't the best. And also, it doesn't like. I wanted to outline somehow. I need to change the shape, I guess. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Shape, random, ping pong, burst, spread, sphere. How would I do mesh render? Mesh render. Damn, it's a candle now. Okay, I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT. How the heck? How do I create a particle hover effect on my card, on my 3D card game object, so that it outlines the card? Okay, okay, Boolean, very cool, very cool. Cannot parse your authentication token. Oh man, I lost it. How to have a highlight card particle effect on a 3D card object. When I hover over the card, has an outline around the card. Well, sweet. What language are you programming in? Was it Java or Python? Oh, I guess it was Java because you said it 4x. I mean Python because you said it was 4x in range. All right. Python's fun. When I code in Python, I use an IDE called PyCharm. Let me show you. Cannot connect to already running instance. What the heck? PyCharm. Can't even open PyCharm. How does that mean? How does that work? Hold up. Let me Google that. Cannot connect to already running instance. Error opening PyCharm cannot connect to. Okay, yeah, this one. Python, C#, and some other thing. Something script. JavaScript? CoffeeScript? Temperature above. Let me see. I'm looking at this right now. Their message receiving on Linux. Solve the issue by deleting the lock file. You gotta find a lock file on Windows. It's gonna be rough. If I can find this thing, let's see, CD config. cd jgit. Okay, it's not here. Let me like search Windows. Ooh. I'm definitely not running PyCharm right now. I just gotta find that log file, I guess. Basically, let me show you. PyCharm. I'm getting this error. Oh wait, it opened up. It opened up this time. Okay, it fixed itself. Well then, whoops, I didn't mean to close that. Okay. Here's my sweet Python IDE. What was I doing? Windows scripts? I was writing some scripts for my Stream Deck. Main. List open windows. Install updates. Okay, I'm just gonna install updates. In the meantime, let's figure out how to do that particle effect. Where did it ChatGPT? Okay. Creating a highlighting card article effect on a 3D card job, when hovering over it involves several steps, typically in a 3D graphics game or game development environment. Here's a general approach using a tool like Unity, Unreal Engine. How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it in Unity? Well, if you have any questions, some ginger kid, on programming, I'll be happy to help. I can help out with your homework if you need any help. It sounds fun. Creating a highlight card particle effect in Unity when hovering over a 3D card object requires combination of Unity's 3D modeling, scripting, particle system features. Here's a step-by-step guide. So I probably need to add a script on here. CS destroy, CS particle move. I have a couple of scripts on here already, looks like. Scripting hover detection. I already implemented that. Adjust particle system effects. To position the particle system around your card object, you might need to tweak the position and shape of the emission area to fit the card's edges. Experiment with different particle settings to achieve the desired visual effect. Pay attention to emission rate, start color, start size, lifetime, and speed. How do I make the particle effect be the outline of the card? Update, restart, update, downloading. Creating a particle effect in Unity that outlines the shape of a 3D card object can be a bit more complex. Custom emission shape. Affects particle system. The challenge is to make particles emit in the shape of the card. Since Unity's particle system does not have complex 3D shapes directly, you'll need to use a trick. Oh, ooh. What about... Wait a minute. Isn't that what... Isn't that what the mesh... I'm going to turn all the other particle systems off for now. Just to make it a little bit easier. So work with sphere. I thought the mesh renderer was the... was how to do it. Skinned mesh renderer? I can't simply do that, can I? Nope. Okay. Guess I can just add a mesh renderer. Mesh renderer. Wait a second. Skinned mesh renderer. The signed mesh is missing either bone weights with bind pose or blend shapes. This might cause the mesh not to render in the player. If your mesh does not have either bone weights with bind pose or blend shapes, use a mesh renderer instead of a skin mesh renderer. Okay. So I need to add something. So plain root bone. Okay. The sign mesh is either bone weight with bind pose. What the heck? Okay. Time for more help. What about using a skinned mesh renderer? Do I have to use a skin mesh renderer? Is there just a normal mesh? Oh, there's just a mesh renderer. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of this. I don't know what that is. And we need a mesh renderer. Alright, that's more simple. I guess I could just drag this here. What did that do? Oh, it kind of looks like the card. Interesting. What about using a mesh renderer? Oh, there's like Black Friday sales everywhere, which is kind of cool. Damn, I need to hydrate. The particle system, it's a mesh renderer shape option. See, that's what I'm saying. This method allows particles to emit directly from the surface or the edges of the mesh, creating an effect that closely follows the card's contours. Here's the setup. Okay, so now I just gotta fix this mesh renderer. Highlight. I wonder why it's up there. Because of this? No? There we go. But it needs to be behind. How to make it behind? Not that way. How about this? There we go. It's the y-axis for some reason. Okay, we'll do -1. And then, okay. So now we have a mesh renderer. Let me make sure the mesh renderer is like the right shape. How do I see the outline? Okay, let me turn this off for a second. The outline. Okay, cool. Materials. No materials. Plain mesh filter, mesh renderer. Okay, let's undo that. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think that's the right shape. So we put this back and highlight mesh renderer. Cool. Single material. So now I gotta make the particles. I gotta simplify. Right now there's way too many particles. Let's do like 1. Okay. Maybe that's too little. Let's do 5. I also need to make the radius a little bit smaller. So I gotta change the size somehow. Start size? 3D start size. Okay. 0.1. We're getting there. 0.1. I want the particles to be actually kind of really small. 0.01. 0.01. 0.01. Okay. Whoops. 0.01. Maybe a little bit too small. Whoops. 5. Dang it. 0.05. It's a little bit better. It's still a little bit too big. Let me do like 0.2. All right. There we go. And then I want the edges. I want it to spawn on the edges of the card. I wonder how I can do that. I got the mesh renderer, but how do I make it spawn around the edges of the rectangle of the mesh renderer? How do I make the particles? Edge emission for mesh shapes. Here's a method to achieve this. Create this. Oh, I see. I gotta make a custom shape here. Okay. Is it possible to make a rectangle mesh renderer without the inner area? I wonder. I could. So, like, what I could do is make 4 rectangles around the edges. Or do I have to make 4 skinny rectangles to make the edges with 4 mesh renderers? Creating a mesh render without essentially just edges is indeed possible, but it requires a bit of custom mesh creation. Unity doesn't provide, so you'll need to create it yourself in a 3D modeling software or programmatically in Unity. Using a 3D modeling tool, export this model. Shit, dude, I don't have Blender installed. I've never even used Blender. Should I install it? Maybe it's time to learn Blender. Download. I'm just gonna download it. Download Blender 4.2.1. Okay. We're downloading. Here's an example how we might do this. Mesh filter dot mesh. Okay, I'm just gonna do the. I'm just gonna do the easier way. Let's see. Let's do create. Let's do a plane. Let's do left edge, and then I'm gonna do on here. I'm gonna write. I don't really need a mesh collider. Let's do that, and then let's do mesh renderer because I already came to the same component. I already's got a mesh renderer. Okay. What I want to do is grab this mesh renderer. How do I? Dang it. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna resize. Is there a resize tool? Was a hotkey for this thing? Is there a hotkey? No, I just have to click it. Okay, whatever. Something like that. Right. There's one edge. Cool. The highlight. I think we can just get rid of this. I'm just gonna turn that off. And what I'm gonna do here is do the left edge instead. Okay, cool. So now we got something. I don't know why the color is white though. That's hard to see. Default material. Can I delete it? There we go. We don't need material there. Contribute global elimination. This list is empty. I wonder what the none. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Let's see. Now let's increase the particle speed a little bit. Max particles. Actually, you know what? The particles are kind of growing. I don't want that. Size over lifetime. I see this thing. Let's get rid of that. How do I edit the shape? Isn't there like a shape editor thing? I know there's a shape editor somehow. Oh, here it is. Okay. You keep it the same. Actually, I'm just going to uncheck that. And color over lifetime. It's colorful. I want it to be green. And I don't really want it to be not green. Okay, and then I don't want it to fade out. Alpha 1, or keep it at 1. Okay, cool. And then okay, and what else can we do? It doesn't look like round. The particles don't have round edges. They look like paint blots. How do I make them more round? I don't know how to describe that one very well. Let's see. Flash. Color over lifetime, rotation over lifetime. Render? Billboard? Oh, it's this thing, huh? Yeah, I don't want that. I want core. There's something making them have a weird shape. Smoke? Mesh? Oh, this must be it. Kind of round. A13. Now they look kind of squarish. Oh, did I break it? Render mode, billboard. Render alignment, view, non-masking. No masking. Okay, how do I go back to how it was? Stretch billboard. Smoke. It was smoke. Our soft particles factor. What was I changing? Oh, the colors. Okay, let me redo. Soft particles factor. Don't really want soft particles. Change this back to sphere. But they're coming out as squares now. I changed the renderer to a sphere, but the particles are coming out as squares now. Those are definitely squares. How'd that happen? Okay, let me look up the smoke. The smoke is a material shader. It's a shader? Okay. Nice squares, Big Simon. Hey, X-Men Lives, how's it going? Hello, stinky shit. Stinky shift, man. I promise I'll take a shower at some point. Maybe tomorrow. Trying to make these squares not squares. I need them to be circles. Let's see. I guess I have to change. Spear material ain't happening. I have to try something else. Spark. Ring. Rainwater. What's A13? Default material. I think I need to just make a new material. Core. Here we go. I think I can use this. Oh yeah, that's what I can do. What is this? I guess it's another shader. Particles, shaders, particles, alpha blended. Nice. Okay. So now we got spheres. Now I just gotta make sure that they don't fly over the place. So how do I make them not fly around? Color emission. Rate over time. I'll just ask ChatGPT. I made a new material and fixed it. How do I make the particles not move so much after they spawn? Move less after they spawn. You'll need to adjust several parameters of start speed. Okay, so let me find a start speed. Start speed, let's see. Start speed. Okay, let's do 0.1. Oh, there we go. Some of them are moving fast. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, let's do 0.05. There we go. Now, let's increase the particles. Let's do 1,000. Let's do 2,000. Let's do 1,000. Nice. Some of them are coming out white. Something went wrong. Over here? This one? No. That. Maybe it's this color. Dark green. Set the alpha. Some of them are coming out yellow. Do I have yellow somewhere? Is this like yellow? I'm just going to delete all the colors. Okay. Darken it up. No? Reset. Delete. 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 How do I make it darker? There we go. Make them all dark. Maybe a little too dark. Okay, well, that's good for now. Might be a little bit too many particles. Let's do 500. Okay. That's good. I wonder if I could just apply this to here. Okay. Organize it, and then is it possible to have the particles not disappear but move in a constrained area without leaving? Possible that particles are used to move in a constrained area without disappearing or leaving that area. This requires a combination of setting adjustments, possibly the use of additional components. Is a general approach. Let me try that, because I don't think I want... Maybe it's better to just not have them disappear. Like if I go to 5 particles, we can really see what's going on. And then... To keep particles within a specific area, you need to control their movement using the particle system modules. Limit velocity. This can be used to ensure that the particles do not exceed a certain speed. Velocity over time. You can set up oscillating patterns to keep the particles moving with the specific area. Okay, velocity over time. Find that. Over here, orbital. And let's have them not disappear, so... Rate over time. X particles. How do I make them not disappear? Plugin updates installed. Cool. Start lifetime. Maybe 50? Dang, now there's gonna be a bunch. And then I guess we gotta do max particles. Now they're flying all over the place. How to restart the effect? There we go. So the velocity over lifetime, orbital, local, radial, 5, 1. Oh, okay. That's what it was doing. Let's not do radio. And okay. What was this saying to do? Limit velocity over time. Uses the control direction of the speed of the particles. You can set up oscillating patterns to keep particles moving within a specific area. How do I do an oscillating pattern? How do I do an oscillating pattern? To control the velocity. For not seeing powder, you'll use the curves and the velocity over a lifetime module. You can set different curves to create a wave-like motion. Use a sinusoidal curve. Okay. So I don't see a curve thing. Orbital. I don't see a curve. I see options like orbital, X, Y, Z. Radial, and speed modifier. Well, seeing options like it because the module is currently set to use a constant or a random between two constants mode instead of using curves. To switch to using the curves and create an oscillating pattern, you'll need to adjust these settings. Here's how to change the settings to use the curves and set up an oscillating motion. In the particle system, go to velocity over lifetime module. Next to each velocity components, X, Y, Z, you'll see a drop-down menu. It might need to be constant or random between two constants. Oh. Curve. Okay. You selected curve on the curve icon to open it. Should I change linear or orbital to use a curve? You would typically modify linear velocity rather than orbital one to use curves. Okay, linear, curve. Let's do something like this. Maybe? But the speed's a little bit too fast. They're still flying into nowhere. Now for the X. Something like that. And this is the Y curve. Maybe we can ignore the Y curve or something. Maybe just move it down. Whoops. Delete. Now they're flying in that direction. The velocity is a curve, but how about 0.1? Go a little bit better, but they're not oscillating. I'm adjusting the curve. Oh, they are kind of oscillating. Interesting. Maybe I need to make it like really close to the middle. I wonder what this Y one does. Delete. Delete. Spinning in circles. Now they're off. Try to make this 0 then. Flat. We just try to make all of them 0. Can't keep them straight. How do I make them start going in the other direction? Is this the reason why? Oh, this is the Z curve? Oh, dang. Okay. Wow, that's funky. So that's up and down, and the X is gonna be like right. Something like that. That's funky. Get in there. Can I just copy paste this? Nope. This is gonna take second. This is gonna take a second to code correctly. Maybe it starts here. Here. We'll just keep doing this a bunch of times. Whew, this is taking a second. Whatever it takes to have the best effects. There's a loop? What? I saw something. Loop. Clamp? Ooh, I didn't know I can loop it. Some of these are like too far apart. Can't do any more? Oh, okay. Cool. Dang, this game funky. Okay, there we go. Oh, nope, still some space order here. Can I add any more? Here oh, is this the end? This gotta be the end. Okay. Let's see. Let's test it out. Oh, they're kind of going off in the beginning. Might need to do something like this. Okay, cool. I think they even need to be closer together. I can drag all these, huh? Oh, I can? Oh, there we go. Uh, what is going on here? Okay. There's shifting. Let me delete this. And got a little funky over here. Okay. Delete. I think I'm just gonna delete all these over here. Delete. Okay. And then I think I'm just going to loop them. We can get them looped. Let me drag all these here. Okay, cool. Stop. These particle effects, man. Let's see. Try again. There we go. Now they're staying in the same spot relatively. Looks good. I think what I gotta do is the left edge needs to be smaller, skinnier. I need them to spawn like in the same spot. Oh, they're kind of going upwards. Let me just delete all these. There's a way to do fine tune. There we go, 0. And then, okay. Also need this to be 0. Okay, 0. Come on, hit 0. Isn't there a way to fine tune this? Maybe if I hold shift. Nope. Dude, 0 ain't gonna happen. 0. Okay, the best I can do is that, looks like. And then I'm gonna make the speed modifier go a little slower. 0.5. There we go. Now they're really staying in the same spot. Okay, cool. And let's see. Let's try to... They're kind of moving down a little bit. I think that's because I couldn't get that to be 0. Yeah. Now some of them are just going down. Okay, let me... Come on, hit 0. This is so dumb. Okay. Is it even possible? Is my mouse just not having it? Can I right click? Edit key? Value 0. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm dumb. That was easy. Now, I wonder why. It must be... Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna go to the left edge. I might space it out a little bit. This way? There we go. Okay, now let's bump up the particles. Let's bump up the particles. Let's do 50. How do I make them spawn faster? Emitter velocity mode. Start lifetime, start speed, start delay, duration. Okay. How do I make the particles spawn faster? Whoops. Emission rate. Open the particles and access the emission module. Okay. Rate over time. If I do 10 or 50. Bursts. Rate over distance. How do I make the spawn location be random over the mesh? Right now they're spawning funkily. Rate over distance. Shape. So I gotta go to shape now. I'm also gonna save this preset. New preset. There we go. Just making sure that's saved. Because that took too much time. Type mode, vertex. Position. Theorized direction. I'm just gonna. I forgot I could just send a picture to ChatGPT. Change mode to mesh. Vertex to mesh. I don't see a. Oh, wait, no, I don't see a type. There we go. That's a little bit better. Edge mode random. Okay. And I think I just need to bump up the particles. Let's do 100. All right. And then let's bump down the speed. Maybe 0.2. And then let's do... How do I make them? I think I need more particles, actually. I gotta do maybe 1,000. And then how do I give the particles a glowing effect? Thousand's too much. Maybe 500. Particle system, you want to create start size. Use the particle generators to swap off towards the edges. This could be simple white circle with a blurred edge on the transparent background. You can create this in an image editing program like particle texture. Okay. How do I do a particle texture? I might have to go though. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go. I think we made a lot of progress. That's cool. I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Go to work. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.